If you have plenty of Christmas leftover and do not know what to do, this is the video for you. Why not use your Christmas food and make them into Asian influenced food? I will share with you some tips so that your family don't even know these are all leftover food. So if you're ready, let's go to my kitchen and I'm going to show you how to do that. We finally got some snow after Christmas. On some days, it has been snowing non-stop. So we are planning to do a sauna on New Year Eve. So make sure you check out our video on New Year Eve. I made this snow auntie a few days ago. This is a really short video on how I DIY my own figure snow auntie. Make sure you check that out. You guys know Singaporean, we love curry bun. This is a perfect lunch if you don't have time to cook. And here are all the ingredients you need. Don't worry, the recipe is in the video description. Yesterday I used this bread dough to make some pizza using some leftover Christmas ham. And since I have so much ham left over, I'm going to show you how to make this curry bun. Even you are not an Asian, I'm sure you're going to love this recipe. All you need is the curry powder and a spicy chili pepper. And these are the leftover tomato purees from my pizza. First, let's soften the onions and cook the potato with some oil in a pan. You want to cook them for at least 10 minutes. Make sure your potato is not so big, otherwise it will take a longer time to cook them. And once the potato is cooked, add the curry powder and the chili pepper. Let the curry penetrate into the potato before you add in the rest of the ingredients. I always like to add a little bit of crushed tomatoes in my curry. It's also healthy and delicious. Add a little bit of water when it starts to dry out. If you don't have crushed tomatoes at home, you can skip this part. And if you have fresh tomato at home, even better. See that I'm continuously adding some water all the time because I don't want the curry to dry out. While the curry is simmering, I'm going to prepare the dough. As you guys know, I don't like to waste time. I'm very productive type. So every time when I'm waiting for food to cook, I'll do some other chores like this, for example. Divide the balls into even size. At the same time, my curry is almost ready. The next thing is just to add in the rest of the ingredients like the ham and maybe some fresh onions. And also remember, since the ham is slightly salty, you want to taste it before you add in salt and seasoning. As for me, I prefer to add a little bit more saltier because you are eating this with the bread. Just stir fry them for another 1 minute and then put it aside and let it cool down. As you can see, my curry fillings is slightly redder than the usual Singaporean one. All you need to do now is to fill up all the balls with the fillings. I actually had some leftover cooked egg from yesterday, so I thought instead of throwing it out, I'm going to use it in my fillings. As you can see here, it's not that difficult, right? You can use the same fillings to make pastry like curry puff, for example. And even make them into pie. Or even lazier, eat them at ease with rice. See, SD only teach you to be more lazier and lazier. As you can see, I'm such an impatient person. So you will find that most of my recipes are for super lazy people like myself. Wow, finally all the buns is already filled. Now the next step is to egg wash them. Realize that I could now take a closer shot at my food. It is because I got this mini tripod from my daughter as Christmas present. Nice, right? So now you guys can remove your glasses when you're watching my videos. Okay, now times to put my buns into the oven. You want to bake them for 225 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes, depending on your size. Not your size, I mean the bun size. Okay, 好死了, the buns are ready. Now in with the next batch. As you can see, I'm really excited. god, look at those buns. Some of them have too much fillings and it exploded. But don't worry lah, it is okay. It's always better to have too much fillings than too little. Don't you agree? And don't eat them immediately when it is so hot, yeah, because it will burn your throat and then later you got sore throat and then come and blame me. But I tak boleh tahan. I got to open one and see how it looks like. Look at that. The bread is super soft, as you can see. Now, it's perfect for lunch. We're gonna eat this for lunch while watching TV. We usually eat leftover for lunch, but today, this yummy bun. My next leftover is this sushi made from Christmas leftover. I think you should try making these caramelized red onions. The recipe is in the video description. And of course, the other important ingredients like the seaweed wraps. It's been ages since I last made sushi. Almost forgotten how to do that. The one thing about me, I'm really scared of putting on weight, so I try not to put so much rice. This is also one of my New Year resolution to stop eating rice from 2021. So if you are into this idea, make sure you stay tuned, and if you are new here, subscribe to my channel. We are going to figure out together how we can reduce eating carbohydrates. As you have seen, this roll is just with the gravlax. And this is because I prefer a really clean taste. I don't like to add in too much stuff. It gets so confusing. Now, the next one I'm going to try using the ham. And this method works really well if you have some roast beef at home or even chicken or turkey. Use the back of the spoon or a spatula to press the rice evenly. Next, I'm going to add my delicious caramelized red onions. This onion is quite sweet and slightly salty. It's perfect with ham. As you guys know, sushi usually doesn't really taste so much, so you really need to add a lot of flavors so that it is more tasty. Some of you guys are worried, how to draw this without all these tools. Actually, you don't really need a bunch of stuff. I think the more you do, the better you become. In fact, you don't even need a bamboo roller to roll the sushi. As long as you have a piece of thicker plastic, you can use that too. And when you are making sushi, you become more and more confident. Each one you make, you become better and better. In this case, you see I get more and more greedy, put a lot of salmon. In this case, I'm simply trying to get rid of all the salmon I have in my refrigerator because I don't like to keep them for too long. As you guys know, LG, he's the old-fashioned type. He was a little bit takut, in other words, afraid when I was making this because he's not used to eating this. When I told him the salmon is actually from our Christmas gravlax, and he, I can see his face, he was relieved. So if you guys have missed my gravlax video, I'm going to include that in the video description so you too can make this at home. In fact, I feel much safer using gravlax when making sushi instead of the fresh salmon because you never know if there's any parasite in it. Okay, now finally I've used all my salmon. It's time to eat. So this is all we got, and I cannot believe LG ate more than me. Recently, I've been seeking some inspiration for Christmas food from all around the world. I find them really interesting. If there's any special food that you want me to make from your country, let me know in the comment. I'll see if I can do this on my next year Christmas recipe. These are the bread dough that I prepared to make a pizza from the leftover Christmas ham. It turns out really good and it has saved me some money ordering pizza online. I'm really happy about that. And since Christmas is over, it's time to celebrate the brand new year. I hope to document and do a vlog about this. During this difficult time, I think some people may be so stressed out. Oh my god, this year we cannot meet up with our friends and family. What would we do, right? Please don't panic. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some of my thoughts. Make sure you stay tuned. And this footage was taken when I was out for shopping at the supermarket. I'm planning to eat something that I'm really looking forward to for a long time. So make sure you put the notification bell on so that you will receive my random live streaming on New Year Eve. Look, this is how bad the situation of my freezer. I have to put the box outside so that I could use it as my extra freezer. It's 4 p.m. and it's really dark now. And if you're new here, subscribe with the notification bell on so you will not miss my live streaming the minute I go on live. Now I have to go in with my shopping bag to prepare for my New Year food liao. See you!